Welcome to day 10. I am excited about today. The reason being today is the first day where we get to focus on the overload portion of the workout program. So for all of you who have the workouts, everything should be logged from the previous 4 workouts, and now we know what numbers we have to beat upcoming starting today. Now I already covered how to properly progressively overload on this program in the workout overview video. If you haven't watched that video, I encourage you to go check that out just so you make sure you're falling in the correct repetition range and know whether to increase reps or weight as your progressive overload. The basic recap of this is we have a 4 repetition range. Some exercises with the higher reps, we have a 5 exercise repetition range. So if you're in that lower half of the spectrum, then you're going to be progressing up in repetitions on the next workout. If you're in the higher end of that repetition range spectrum, you're going to be progressing in weight on the next workout. Now remember, we are going to be training close to failure on all the working sets. So that means if you need to increase the weight, even if the repetition range looks like maybe you shouldn't, go for it. If you're feeling strong, by all means, push yourself. And just because you increase the weight on an overload day doesn't mean that you need to stop at the lower end of the repetitions. If you can get the higher end of the reps with the new heavier weight, go for it. Just push yourself until you're close to failure and then make sure to log that so that we can go up even more on the next time. In the workout today, we do have barbell presses. So you can do this on an incline or a flat, it's up to you. I personally am doing the incline at this phase of the workout trainers, but I will go ahead and demonstrate on the flat bench because I know a lot of people really like that exercise and really like to build up strength and power on it. The mechanics are pretty much the same on either angle, and especially the points that I want to emphasize. So check this out. Okay, so this is a very requested exercise that I go over, and that would be barbell presses. So this can be incline, flat, or decline. The mechanics remain pretty much the same. And the very important key points I want you to focus on is A, creating a stable foundation at the start of the lift. So my feet are planted firmly on the ground, wide enough apart that I'm really able to get a stable base. You don't want to be wiggling around on this movement. It drives me crazy when I see people trying to hit heavy weights in PRs and they're wiggling around on the bench to struggle to get the weight up. All that's doing is dispersing your energy and momentum into a useless place rather than being able to drive it positively into the bar. You'll notice that my lats are also engaging to stabilize myself so that there's no wiggle on the bar and I'm able to focus just on controlling the weight down and then driving the weight up. That goes into my next point, which is to control the negative of this movement. The last thing you want to do is just drop the weight and allow the gravity to pull it down to your chest before struggling to press it back up. You have 2 phases of this movement, the negative and the positive. Take advantage of both, and I always recommend that you take about twice as much time going down on the repetition as you do exploding and driving back on the way up. Another key thing to focus on to help with pectoral contraction is to grip the bar and try and drive your hands inward on the bar throughout the entire repetition. This inward intention on the bar is going to allow the pecs to activate and make you be able to feel this exercise much more in the chest rather than the triceps and shoulders coming into play. The last point I want to focus on is make sure that you keep your shoulders back and your chest sticking up throughout this entire movement to keep it focused on the pecs. All right, I hope that was helpful. And remember, any of the exercises in the workouts, if they don't work particularly for your structure or any injury issues that you have, you are more than welcome to substitute for a different exercise. Just make sure that exercise is hitting the same muscle. And for those of you following along in real time, or for those of you who are following along on YouTube, I am going 1 day ahead on these videos. So that means today's video is set for Wednesday for those of you who are following a Monday, Wednesday, Friday split. So that means that tomorrow's video will be Thanksgiving. So get this workout, hit it hard, overload those weights, and enjoy the feast tomorrow. You'll have earned it. Tomorrow's video is going to be fairly short for the holidays, but I will document what I personally am doing for Thanksgiving dinner as well, as I know some of you guys have requested that. So I hope you enjoy the rest of today. I will see you guys for a brief video tomorrow as we recover, grow, and eat. And then I will definitely be recapping the feast the next day. Kill that workout, everybody.